Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm doing a video that was requested by Miss Debbie Morris. Debbie is a part of my monthly membership, and she had the opportunity to choose what this next video was going to be, and she wants to see how to do a plaid glitter tumbler. So that's what I'm doing today, and I am using a 30-ounce skinny from Maker Flow Crafts. Their link will be down in my description. And I feel like unless you're going to do some sort of ombre from the bottom up, you want to use a skinny, whether it's a 20 ounce or a 30 ounce or whatever, because any cup with a curve, your plaid is going to look kind of funky and like not perfect squares down towards the bottom. So in my opinion, always use a skinny. And I just painted it white for my Rust-Oleum, let that dry. And what I'm going to do first, which I already mixed up a tiny bit to see how it would look, my plaid is going to be blue and white. It's not going to be like your traditional black and red buffalo plaid, but it is going to be a plaid tumbler. It's just going to be with blue and white, and I will show you guys the decal that I plan on putting on it after a couple coats of epoxy. I'm using Golf Sands from the glitter grind for my whites, and then for my blue, this is just a sapphire blue from Walmart. It's a very fine cut. And what you want to do first is you want to get that in-between collar. You know how, your buffalo plaid has one collar, and then they kind of mix. So that's what we're going to do here. I am just going to I'm going to mix up quite a bit. Hopefully I won't really need this much, but I'm going to mix up quite a bit. And tell me what you guys think. This is my new camera that I'm recording on. I posted a video using this camera on my other channel, and I had some people say that the quality was really good and the sound was good. So you guys let me know what you think. So there's about this much glitter. This is just the cups that I used to mix up epoxy. And then I'm going to mix up some white. And I'm just going to do a little bit at a time and stir it up really good because I don't want to do too much. So I just kind of want to build up that color. And it's probably going to take quite a bit. Maybe even the rest of it. Good thing I have more coming today. Pretty sure I have another one. Yeah, I have a whole other one up there too. Awesome. Because yeah, that's going to take the rest of this and probably some more. Using a dark color and trying to mix in white, it's going to take a good bit of white. But this is how I wanted to do it. I wanted the blue and the white because I think it'll be pretty. I want a really good mix, and I want it to almost kind of lean more towards a white color rather than the darker blue. So that's why it's going to take quite a bit. I'm going to do just like a tad more. I know it's a lot. I got plenty mixed up though. I don't think I'm going to need any more, so that's a good thing. So I'm just holding it up against my solid blue here just to see. I don't want it to look too similar, and I know it's not going to look similar to the white, but I think this is going to be good. I don't know if you can really see it. I don't want to like tilt it and spill it, but you guys will see whenever it gets onto the cup. This first part is going to be pretty simple because all we have to do is put on some Mod Podge, and I'm going to cover the entire tumbler in that glitter that I just mixed up, that blue and that white mixture. This is kind of like an easy way to do it. I've seen some people call it a lazy method, but it is definitely, in my opinion, the easiest way to do a hand glittered tumbler. I'll go ahead and link my video up top here. I did a hack on buffalo plaids, and it turned out pretty cool. But this one is going to be completely hand done. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is covered. Sometimes I mess up and I miss like a rim or the bottom or something, so Now I'm just going to completely cover this. And if it looks, the reason why I didn't paint this blue is because if it looks a little bit white underneath, like it, you know, it does because I didn't paint the cup blue, that's totally fine, because it's going to kind of make the plaid effect blend a little better. That's why I'm totally fine with not base painting my tumbler the same color as the glitter. So now that this is completely covered, I am just going to let the Mod Podge dry, which normally takes about 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to seal it, let it dry, and then seal it again. And then I'm going to let it sit for about the next hour. I have 4, 5, 6 other tumblers to glitter and decal. So I'm going to let this sit after I seal it twice. I'm going to let it sit for an hour so everything will be really, really good and stuck on there. Alright, so this has been sitting, like I said, for about a good hour. It's on there pretty good. And so now you're going to need some painter's tape. And this is maybe like a 1/2 inch or an inch wide. Let me see. About an inch wide. Maybe a little less. You can use as big or small as you want. And I am going to not do that. This rips really easy. But I'm going to start right in the middle. I've got my cup flipped upside down. So I'm going to start right in the middle here. And go all the way around the cup. Let's see if I can get this rib to match up. So just try to make a straight line, which is, I think, the hardest part, really. But make a straight line with your tape all the way down. And if you want to bring it completely around like this, you can, but I normally just rip it off and kind of let it hang on the inside of the cup there. Go around and do the same thing for the other side here. On. I get like super paranoid about my lines when I do stuff like this, because you can really tell if it's not straight whenever you do something like a plaid. Alright, so we've done it once, now we're going to do it again, and I'm going to turn this heater off because it is getting hot. So now I'm doing the same thing. Let me put you up a little bit so you can see the top. I'm just making an X over it. Straight there, straight there. Get this finished up because I made it too short. I always make it too short or too long. I never make it perfect. Okay, I think that's straight. A little bit more on this side. Okay, and now is my dilemma where it's like, do I want my squares to be really big like that, or do I want them to be smaller? If I wanted to make them smaller, the only thing I would know to do is to maybe rip off a big piece and then rip it in half to make it smaller, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to have really, really wide buffalo plaid stripes. And I'm looking around and I can kind of see, which one was it? This one. This one doesn't look straight. So I'm just going to fix that right quick. Kind of like looking at each section to see if it looks like a straight line of glitter, and that's gonna be about as good as I think I can do. It kind of looks perfect, but I know it's probably not. Okay. So now, this is going to take a lot of tape to do this cup. Now you want to rip off another piece, and you're going to make a circle around the bottom of the cup. So I'm going to flip it upside down. And you're going to get right here at the rim, and not crinkle your tape up like I do. Anyway, start right at the rim, and make yourself a circle of tape around that rim. And it's really, really crucial that you try to get this as straight as you can, because I feel like if you mess up the like little guideline here, then it's going to make the entire thing crooked. So like, no pressure. Like I'm feeling tons of pressure. So this is going to be your guideline, right? So now you're going to take another piece of tape, just a small one, like that long, and place it right up against the circle that you just made on one of the empty spaces here. And then go to the exact opposite one on the other side and do the same thing. So now you have one here and one on the other side. Now get a bunch of tape again and start another circle. Now I can put you guys down. I got a new tripod. I don't know if you can tell by the angle, but I got a new tripod and I'm trying to work with it here. So you're going to start another circle right above the smaller line of tape that you just made. And just as you're going around, you know, go slow and try to make sure that you are making straight lines. And I made that one too short. So now you see there's a square made here, there's a square made over here. Now those smaller pieces of tape that you put on, you can very gently peel those off and use them for your next guideline. So you're just going to keep going up and up and up the cup, repeating that process. So here we go. This is almost perfect, I think. I feel like the top squares are a little bit bigger, but I mean, I don't think it's too noticeable. So now we are finally done with the tape. we are going to go back in with some Mod Podge. So I'm going to start with my darkest color first, which is obviously the blue. And I'm doing that because I don't want to start with the white and then get some dark blue glitter in it. I feel like that just would be really difficult to try and clean up. So I'm going to get the dark color out of the way first, and you're just going to paint all of those squares, all of those open squares. And what I should have done first, but I kind of jumped right into it, so I'll have to start with different sections of the cup, is to really press down hard on your tape so you know you're going to get good, clean, crisp lines. And I kind of jumped the gun and I didn't do it, so after this section here I definitely will. Now that's done, you can start peeling off your tape, which always gives me anxiety. Oh, I worry about my lines looking bad or something, but you want to do this while your Mod Podge is still wet, because if you do it while it's dry, you are going to risk pulling up your glitter that's glued down and now dried. So definitely do this while it is still wet. And you want to do the horizontal pieces first and then the vertical pieces. So now I'm going to wait until all of that Mod Podge dries, and then I'm going to seal it and then come back for the next part. Everything is good and dry. We're going to move on to the last part of this cup, which is going to be the white spots. And I am going to pour some Mod Podge into a little cup here, and I'm going to tint it white, which you're not going to be able to tell really too much now, but I'm just going to put a little bit of white paint into the Mod Podge here and stir it up. And you know, Mod Podge dries clear, So this is going to help it have a white background, so this white glitter will kind of stand out better on the cup. Because I don't want to have to go back and do another coat of everything that I'm about to do now. So let me grab the white. This is Golf Sands from the Glitter Grind. And like always, I'll have my Glitter Grind link down in my description. And so you're going to take this Mod Podge and you're going to put it on like the corners of the blue, so to speak. You don't want it to be in like the same row as the blue. You just want it to be like up in the corners, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and this is where it gets kind of hard and takes a lot longer because there's no tape. It's just all freehand at this point. So this is where it gets a little tricky. So you just want to go nice and slow. So now you went in the bottom here, now you're going to skip this square and do it here. This is what I'm working with. I'm kind of thinking, like, I know that I'm having like these little globs here because I had too much Mod Podge on my brush. This one down here looks a lot better because I backed off the Mod Podge a lot. So now you're going to skip the entire row with the blue, go to the next one, and now this is where you'll start lining them up with the white that you've already done. So once you get that first bit of white done, it makes it a lot easier to follow the pattern. And when you have all of your white on, you can take a rough little brush like this and go over everything that is not supposed to be white. And that's another reason why I like to seal everything before I put another color of glitter on. So I can do this right here without messing anything up. So look how cute! It turned out pretty good. The lines are not absolutely perfect, but I hope you guys get, you know, like the gist of how you do a glittered buffalo plaid tumbler. So I'm going to seal this and then I'll be right back and show you guys the decal I'm going to put on. And that's it for this tutorial. It was tedious and a little bit difficult, but it's worth it. It's super cute. I really like it, and the decal that I'm going to put on here I got from Etsy, and I haven't printed it out yet because I'm not ready for it, but it says back and body hurts. So That's like me, so I probably will end up keeping this one. But it's super cute. I really like it, and if you guys have any questions at all, like always, please feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys, bye!